welcome back everybody. We got UFC 309, Jones versus Miocic. I'm still a bit sick, so you can probably hear that in my voice, but I don't know why. I've been back from Edmonton for 8 days now or something like that, and still feeling sick. So anyways, let's get into it. Start at the bottom and let's go. So Veronica Hardy versus Eduarda Moura. I'm honestly looking at their records. Eduarda as the underdog. I'm gonna take her. I think it said she lost a split decision. I gotta double check this. She lost a split decision to Denise Gomez, who just beat what's her face the other day, Carolina something, and then she had a ton of knockouts. She trains with Jessica Andrade, and this girl just had a split decision with her. And then besides that, she's won her 2 other fights in the UFC, 10-1. Veronica Hardy, based on her record, doesn't seem as nothing impressive, so I'm gonna take Moura because based on what they've done, I think she's got it. She's also a bit taller, so that might help her. Next fight, we got Oban Elliott versus Basil Hafe. Hafe has a split decision loss over Jack Della, but I'd have to rewatch that. I think I watched it a long time ago, but it looks pretty one-sided on the stats. I think maybe Hafe had a couple takedowns or something. Oban Elliott, he impressed me in his last one because I bet against him. I bet on Preston Parsons, and Preston Parsons could barely take Oban Elliott down, which was pretty crazy. Again, I'm not sure if that's going to be Hafe's game plan. Might be. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to take Elliott in this, but I don't know if necessarily he should be he's like a -220 favorite or something. But I do think he's younger and hungrier, and I think he's going to get it done. Next fight, Mickey Gall versus Ramiz Rahimaj or something like that. I might take Ramiz in this one because Mickey Gall hasn't had a win since 2021, and he's just been on a losing streak, not looking fantastic. Ramiz got screwed by Tambo Garimba, but it was just purely wrestling. He just couldn't stop it, and then he just lost a decision. I don't know, maybe Gall wins this, but I think I'm going to take Ramiz in this one. This one I'm excited for. Marcin Tybura versus Jonata Denise. Like I said, I was in Edmonton for UFC Albazi versus Moreno. Denise was supposed to fight Derek Lewis, and then Derek Lewis got sick or something. I'm not sure what's up with him, but now they threw this together. I don't know who I want to go with because Jonata Denise, he's fought very low level UFC fighters, in my opinion, so far, and Tybura's fought very the highest level, and I don't know. I haven't made my pick yet, but as of right now, I might be leaning towards Tybura, but not sure yet. But this should be a good fight. Okay, I don't think this fight is even happening, Onama versus Almeida, because it's not on the sports books. On the records, it doesn't say they're fighting anybody next, and I can't click on this thing, so I'm assuming this isn't happening, but we'll see. Jim Miller versus Damon Jackson. I think that Damon Jackson's only path to victory would be by decision. He's looked all right in his last ones. Jim Miller fought Bobby Green, got pretty messed up. But I mean, if you're purely standing with Bobby Green, that could be bad. And that's what Jim Miller did, I believe. Jim Miller's grappling is pretty good, and I think it's going to nullify Damon Jackson's. And then my one kind of play here is Jim Miller still hits hard, and Damon Jackson's chin is totally gone. If you could go on YouTube and just search up Damon Jackson getting knocked out, and he's just got some crazy knockouts, of him getting knocked out. So I think Jim Miller by knockout could happen. He's the underdog, so I'm going to take him, but he could lose a decision. We'll see, but that's kind of the only ways I see it going. Jim Miller by knockout or decision, or Damon Jackson decision, but I'm going to take Jim Miller in this one. And then this one, Chris Weidman, he's fought some not very good guys recently and done okay. The eye poke in the last Bruno Silva one was the stupidest thing ever. And then just, like, I like Chris Weidman, but no matter what, if you're winning because of an eye poke, don't flaunt your win around. Just be like, okay, that was a shitty win, but I won. But he was like, I don't know, it was stupid. Eric Anders, he hasn't been doing too hot. So I think, based on experience, I'm going to take Chris Weidman, but it could go either way. This one I'm really excited for. Jonathan Martinez takes on Marcus McGee. I was a big Jonathan Martinez fan, like, thinking like, okay, this guy's like nasty with it, and he is. Got 30-27 by Aldo, which is fair, and I fully believe that Aldo beat Mario Bautista. Everyone thinks that, so just to put that into place. But Marcus McGee, maybe he's not fought as good of people yet, but he's very nasty. I think he's finished every single person he's fought in the UFC, like 2 subs, 1 knockout. But he's really just like calculated and tough. So I'm going to take him in this one, even though I like Martinez a lot. Martinez's leg kicks are very crazy good, but I think McGee might just be like 1 step ahead kind of thing in this one. So we'll see what happens, but I'm going to take McGee in that. Now for the main card, we got the return of Mauricio Rufy. He had a fantastic debut against Jamie Malarkey. Just showed a little bit of everything he has. I think it was first round knockout. Taking on James Iontop. He just fought Vyacheslav Borshev or whatever. Borshev, I don't know his first name that well. But honestly, Iontop did better than I thought. So I think that these odds are kind of crazy, like minus 750. Like I think Rufy's like gonna win, like undoubtedly I do, but just him being minus 750, I feel like he should be like a minus 400 or 500, but doesn't really matter because I think he's winning anyways, so probably by knockout. This one, I'm going to take Karine Silva. She has like 1 decision win in the UFC and like 4 straight submissions. Viviane Araujo, honestly, I don't remember her last couple fights, but I know Karine Silva's just kind of on that win streak, and I don't really see it ending here, so I'm going to take Silva in this one, maybe by a submission or a decision. Bo Nickel returning to fight Paul Craig. Here's my little rule, is typically when 2 very good grapplers go at it, someone gets knocked out instead of submitted. I think maybe Paul Craig is the more dangerous submission artist here, but I don't know. Maybe not. But he's also got a glass chin, so I think Bo Nickel might try to just strike with him and catch him, or he might ground and pound him. So we'll see. Again, I think these odds are like crazy. Like Paul Craig's live in this, but like not really. Maybe like Bo Nickel could be minus 500 or something, but I'm going to take Bo Nickel, and I'm going to take him by knockout. Very dope co-main event. Return of Michael Chandler after 2 years, finally, and do Bronx. Like, I love both of these guys, so it kind of sucks to have to see this one again, but something's telling me that Michael Chandler is going to take this one. We saw, like, okay, here's the thing, also, the odds minus 260 for Charles. On my app, it's minus 275. Michael Chandler almost knocked Charles Oliveira out in the first round. He's knocked Dan Hooker out in the first round. Had very competitive fights with Charles, Gaethje, and Poirier. And this guy's been on the sidelines for 2 years, training nonstop for Conor McGregor, and now he's got Charles Oliveira. But he's not coming back to lose, and that's why I think he might have this one in the bag. Charles Oliveira, 2-fight losing streak. I think he just lost to Saryukin, beat Beneil. Yeah, he lost to Islam, beat Beneil, and then lost to Saryukin, which was kind of debatable, but not really. 29-28. But I don't really want to pick anyone in this because I think it could absolutely go either way. But I think the odds are kind of crazy. I think Charles should be like minus 1 something favorite, not minus 275. But we'll see what happens. I'm excited for this one. Maybe over everything else, but I am pretty excited for the main event as well. Return of John Jones, taking on Stipe Miocic. Now, odds on this one again, minus 625 for John Jones. Yes, he's never lost, but I do think he lost to Dominic Reyes. A lot of his career was on steroids, so there's that. I do think he beats Stipe because he's like 37 and he is John Jones, and Stipe is like 42 and probably definitely going to be his last fight. I don't think he cares about this anymore. He just wants to be a firefighter. The other thing is to take into consideration is Khabib Nurmagomedov has a more recent win than Stipe Miocic, which is pretty crazy. Khabib retired in 2020 after beating Gaethje. That win was more recent than Stipe's last win, because Stipe's last win was against DC, I think by decision, in 2020. The guy's never fought with Venom shorts, so keep that in mind. He's older, he's a firefighter now, and that's kind of what he wants to do. I could be totally wrong, like maybe he pulls it off, but I just don't really see it happening. Side note, Tom Aspinall's the real heavyweight champ. John Jones has beat, DC, who was heavyweight, but at light heavyweight. Then he beat Cyril Gahn, who kind of didn't really show up that day or whatever, I don't know. And now he is taking on Stipe, old wash Stipe, and then this guy's low-key trying to run from Tom Aspinall. So it's kind of, I've never been the hugest John fan, but it's kind of like, I don't want to say pissing me off, but it's annoying because it's like he's telling Tom Aspinall that he has to go and defend. He has to replicate John's record for John to consider fighting him. That's the stupidest thing ever. He's the interim heavyweight champion, and you're claiming to be the heavyweight champion. But he's floored the entire heavyweight division, and you've had one heavyweight fight. So I don't know why you're saying that. Plus, like, the only person to take Tom Aspinall to round 2, Andrei Arlovsky, which kind of is crazy out of everyone, but this guy has just floored every single person within like the first 2 minutes, besides that one fight against Arlovsky. And John saying that he hasn't proved himself. He's like absolutely proved himself he couldn't do anything more to prove himself. 6 guys in the top 10 within the first minute. Heavyweight champion, interim. He couldn't have got there without like doing it any better. It's kind of stupid why John's saying that, but anyways, I'm taking John in this fight, but not sure I might take Aspinall if they were fighting. For some picks here, like I really don't know about parlays on this one. Maybe like John, Bo Nickel, Roofy, and then like McGee, maybe Miller. That's kind of what I'm thinking of running. And maybe Elbon Elliott as well. I think for some picks, like maybe just John inside the distance. Maybe this fight, Chandler and Oliveira to not go the distance. I don't know if that's a 3-rounder or a 5-rounder. I am taking Bo Nickel by knockout because I can see that happening. Cormier Silva maybe by a finish, like submission decision or something. I think Roofy by knockout is going to happen. And McGee, I don't know, money line, maybe he gets it done inside the distance, but I don't know. He's got tough competition, so we'll see what happens. And then I could see Miller by knockout, so I might sprinkle on that. Don't really know what to expect for the rest of them, so that's what I'm rocking with for this card. If you got any picks, throw them in the comments and I'll respond to them and see what I think about them. And then, yeah, after this one, we got 310 in December. I think maybe Kamaru Usman might step into fight Shavkat, so that could be sick. But we won't know until then, so until then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.